Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2014 National Electronic Sports Tournament here in Shanghai, China. It is the Newbie Youth team, formerly known as, I believe, Super Player, versus LV Gaming in a best-of-3 series. Two teams that I don't know if they faced off too often against each other. I haven't really seen Super Player. In fact, I'm not even sure how many tournaments they've played in, which makes me very excited to see what they can do. In terms of the last matches that you can look for on Join Dota, Newbie Youth, they don't have any single matches really coming in here. They played through a qualifier and they were able to secure a spot here against LV Gaming by just winning their way through the qualifier. So that's one thing that you can look at and say, okay, well maybe Newbie Youth, they have something going for them right now. Or Newbee.Y as it is. But LV Gaming is a very solid team, a team that's been around for a decent period of time. Formerly CIS, of course, they did make it to the TI4 qualifiers last time around, and they actually made it to the TI4 wildcard playoffs. But with that being said, they have a bit of a different lineup now, as we have Whisper, Inflame, Demons, DDC, and ZYF. I have to check and see if I think that is Lin instead of Whisper. I'm not sure if that's actually
10 seconds remaining.
Lin or not, but I guess we'll find out as we do move forward here.
5 seconds
so for LV
remaining.
Gaming, I've seen this before. They love to pick Bristleback. They love to pick Centaur Warrunner. And these are two strong heroes that they'll play. And I don't know what they're going to do as far as who DDC is going to play. Whenever I see this team, I always talk about DDC, and I'm just like, all right, listen. We talk about Kuroki. We talk about, you know, FY and their Rubiks, you know, but you look at DDC, and I think his Rubik and his support play is up there as well. Maybe not to the extent, you know, of some of the better Rubik players out there, but he still is, I think, quite good. So we'll have to wait and see how LV Gaming decide to draft this up. He might be playing the Shadow Demon next. Meanwhile, Newbee.Y, they're going to be picking up the Viper and the Bat Rider early on here to start things off, and then another pick to go. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Maut. I'll be casting NEST over the next couple of days. You know, we had one best of 3 earlier where FRL joined me, and then we had a 4-hour break in between those games. So if there's one thing that's been interesting is the scheduling of these games, but at the same time, not that big of a deal. Tomorrow is sure to be a fun day. We have a lot of great matches, at least 2 great matches for NEST. Speed versus LGD, which I think should be pretty solid, and then after that will be Vici Gaming versus Newbie. And that'll be very, very, very cool. The Disruptor pickup comes out from Newbee.Y. So Viper, Bat Rider, Disruptor. Disruptor's pretty solid up against Bristleback and Centaur. Centaur obviously can stampede and jump on top of somebody, and Glips makes it very difficult for you to secure that kill.
10
up against Bristleback,
remaining.
he's just going to run at you, and I mean, these are 2 heroes that they can go BKB, but you generally won't see them pick that up until a bit later. You'll have another hero farm up, hopefully a bit quicker, and get some sort of, you know, team fighting / late game carry potential hero. But right now, if you look at it, LV Gaming not going for a late game hero, Newbee.Y not going for a late game hero. I mean, Viper certainly does well early, mid, and late game, but this has been a far cry from what we've seen recently. I mean, Spectres, Anti-Mages, Medusas, you name it, Slarks, you know, which has been banned out, obviously. Both the Medusa and the Slark have been banned out. Terrorblade, obviously, faces Void, even Legion to a certain extent. LV do pick up the Mirana. Maybe see DDC Mirana as a support play here. The thing I like about LV is that they can, with Lin, Inflame, and ZYF, I think they could switch up between the roles pretty effectively between who plays what core and in what lane. And I find that very interesting. You always talk about, you know, teams like Evil Geniuses and how they can switch up their roster to fit any playstyle they want. And I think LV Gaming can do that to a T as well. Newbee.Y, they're going to pick up the Enigma. And again, I don't know that much about this Newbie squad, this young youth roster. I'm probably just going to call them super players from here on out just to avoid confusion between Newbie and this Newbie. So they pick up the Enigma. This is a pretty greedy draft coming out from Newbee.Y because you look at the Enigma, you send him to the jungle. Then you have a Disruptor who's not the best support in a dual lane. Although Viper with a Disruptor is very solid. I mean, though Viper has been run mid pretty much 9 times out of 10 in this patch. Bat Rider should be in the off lane, and they'll probably pick up their safe laner here for super players. For LV Gaming, they've got a couple of choices. I mean, they have the Mirana, they have the Shadow Demon combo. That's going to get them a couple of kills early on in this game, especially if you can... I mean, all of these heroes are very squishy, and they go for the Outworld Devour. They want the OD versus Viper matchup mid. which, I mean, the problem is that OD can still take a lot of harass from Viper in that lane. However, I actually like this matchup because OD has plenty of base damage to work with, especially if he gets a null talisman. Up against Viper, Viper is strong, but I don't know if he's that strong. He does have corrosive skin, so magical resistance is there up against Arcane Orb, as well as the Sanity's Eclipse. So that is a decent pickup coming out. I mean, the Viper is probably the only thing, though. And OD can take Enigma out of the fight immediately. He can make sure he has no mana to work with in terms of getting his Black Hole off. These are very mana-intensive heroes. LV Gaming. The problem is, though, they will have plenty of intelligence to go for. It's only really a good matchup against Viper. That's really all it's good against right now. At least in terms of, like, this is assuming Enigma, Disruptor, and Batrider get enough intelligence, get enough levels to make this useful. And then they line it up with the Necrophos pick last year for Newbee, which I think is a pretty solid pickup here, to say the least. So this is a hero we've seen a lot of recently, and I'm pretty excited for it. So we will jump into the game. And it's going to be the first game
Prepare for battle.
In this best of 3 series here. We'll have to see how it does pan out. All right. Newbie Youth making their way into their own jungle. Immediate Smoke of Deceit gank coming out from LV Gaming. We'll see if they can find anybody there. They might look for this Batrider. He might get caught out of position. 8GK gonna go right in Demons. Throws up the disruption immediately. Oh, we might get an arrow and it will connect onto 8GK. He's in trouble. Stomp goes in. Immediate first blood for Demons. They're turning their attention to the Necrophos. Look at the right click damage and early ganking potential from LV. They turn 2 so quickly. They get off to a hot start. They get the kill for Demons on the Shadow Demon against 8GK, and then the Bristleback ZYF picks up the Necrophos. That is a big fight early on. They immediately get 700 gold right off the bat. And a couple of levels to boot, I imagine. I mean, just some experience as well here and there. Everyone's still level 1, but at the same time, this Shadow Demon is now rich. I'll tell you what, man. So, before we miss any more action, we're going to get into the game here. For LV Gaming, Whisper, who I think might be Lin on your Centaur Warrunner, will have Demons. He'll be playing your Shadow Demon. Which is kind of interesting. The Demon on the Demon. DDC playing your Mirana, the Resplendent Lady, as Calgag calls her. Inflame playing your Outworld Devourer. The man is going to be throwing up some Astrals. And then down bottom, it's going to be ZYF on your Bristleback. Meanwhile, we have MRRR. He'll be playing your Disruptor. I think this might be Redal on your Necrophos. I'm not 100% sure. We have MK playing your Enigma. In the mid lane, it's going to be Maples playing your Viper. And then down bottom, it is going to be 8GK, who has been off to a rough start here. And he's also going to be in a pretty tough lane as well. He will have a nice ward placed, but they can maybe get a kill. ZYF safe lane farming Bristleback. Very interesting. Mid lane Inflame, obviously, on the OD. That's a pretty good matchup for him, for the most part. And then top lane Whisper going up against a dual lane. And I talked about, they have no kill potential on the center, I don't think. I don't think they can bring him down. And Whisper is being very aggressive against MRR. And I think that this could continue onwards until you get level 6 and maybe some points into Heartstopper or even just more points in Death Pulse. You can't really do much here. Another Astral coming in. Maples is now down to only 182 mana, so not that bad. The early Null Talisman does come out from Inflame. Now, will he go for the Midas? Or will he go for straight, I don't know. Let's say Force Staff in this situation. Down bottom. ZYF getting plenty of farm. No surprise there. They can't really gank because of this ward in lane. Or at least in the jungle, which means HEK. I imagine he'll probably head back to the jungle at some point in time. And just try to get some creep stacks going. But the problem is that the Enigma is taking the jungle as well. Enigma might rotate down, but look, these camps are blocked. He actually throws up the sentry ward here to try to counteract this, but they will not be able to get a couple of these camps going for the Enigma, which is pretty big. They will pick up the bounty rune coming out from Mirana, and DDC is going to head back around. And Batrider, at least, he's going to stay safe, but is he going to get experience? I mean, level 1, whereas Whisper is level 3 right now. He's got Heartstopper Aura. It's doing a bit of damage. Death Pulse will go and do a bit more damage to, I believe, his Lin. He will back away. Meanwhile, back mid we go. Last hits. Ooh, this Viper is getting shut down. Maples with only 4 last hits and Inflame sitting at 9 and 6 denies. Damn good start coming out for him. He'll get a bottle as well. The OD pick. He says, listen, I'm sick of playing against Vipers. Screw that hero. Screw that noise. DDC was looking to shoot an arrow onto mid. He's level 2, so he's not off to that bad of a start. You talk about Muranas, you talk about how they need to get some levels, and they get those levels through kills. Luckily, he was involved in that early engagement. And now Demons is actually maybe trying to pressure HGK out of the lane here, but he can just Firefly to take a lot of these creeps away. But early Shadow Poison going. It is only level 1, but we'll see if he levels that up. Max Shadow Poison early on is actually deceptively strong. HGK now with 360 gold in the bank, and he's going to try to get to Tranquils. And ZYF continues onward. Stick is up, obviously. Pretty good stick lane for both squads. And Batrider hasn't bought one yet, but I think he might want to pick that up at some point in the future. We've seen this from LV as well. They get some early rotations from their Centaur. Will they find a kill, though, on Viper? He's very far back. You look at where Y is sitting in comparison. I mean, he's not really going up. They know that the top lane is missing right now. I think they might have seen the rotation through the rune and through the ward, rather. But nothing just yet. 4 minutes into the game. 21 lost hits. Maples, how are you? Gives him the how do you do with the Astral Imprisonment. And back we go to farming. Demons was looking for a disruption, couldn't find it, so the bounty rune will go. DDC comes in. He does have arrow. He did shoot it already towards that mid lane, I imagine. I don't think he got anything there, so. Maple's now sitting with boots of speed, 300 gold, so he's not off to that great of a start. They clearly see Whisper roaming around to the backside. So LV are trying to do this kind of aggressive play. I don't know why Center's not just top and looking. It seems a bit questionable to me. They're spending a lot of time trying to shut down Maples. They're doing a good job of it. He's only got 8 last hits, but if they give away a kill, then all of that's for naught. And Centaur is just sitting on. He's just babysitting this lane right now. HGK throws out a sticky napalm. Whisper knows that he's here, but at least he's making sure he's out of the lane and the bottom lane. Astral coming in. Arrow's going to sail through. It does connect onto Maples. Now they're going to go for the double edge. The right click. It might be enough, and it will be. Inflame's getting the kill. Whisper diving behind the tower. He's going to fall to the Thunderstrike of the right click. So they do get a return kill there. That could have been a lot better had that arrow connected on the Centaur. They could have, or rather on the Batrider. They could have just backed away. Another Astral coming in, but down bottom, this is where they're pressing in. ZYF with 31 last hits. Demons is going to get Shadow Poisoned, or
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's going to get Sticky Napalmed up. And now they're diving behind the tower. There's the disruption going in. Soul Catcher as well. They have the Nasal Goo on top of this, and now the Quill Sprays are going to go. And ZYF is going to be in some trouble. He's going to die to these Quill Sprays here. The right click as well. Meanwhile, mid lane, OD takes down Maples. And again, off to a fast start. LV Gaming, probably the favorites in this matchup. I mean, you look at Newbee.Y, they are not well known. They have not been around for that long, at least from what I can tell. They'll have to put a lot of emphasis on to getting the farm for the Necrophos, honestly. He's the big deal here.
Double damage.
Meanwhile, MK, and are going to look for a potential gank. Black Hole's ready, but he does come into lane, and I do think they spot him out. Mid lane and Flame on the OD. Looking to go toe-to-toe against Maples, and they'll do just that.
attack.
Bottom tower is finally going to take a spill, it looks like. They will use the glyph. They're going to try to trade tower for tower. LV are off to a hot start, though, and I mean, even if they lose the tower in that top lane, they're still doing okay for themselves. ZYF should grab this. Another disruption is going to go through. Nailzagu might go, but he does just Firefly away. They couldn't get the tower in time. And he's not level 6 yet, so he doesn't have a Warpath, so he doesn't have the extra damage coming out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This tower still hasn't been taken yet, but now look how low it's getting. And it will go down here. The Eidolon's getting created again, and looks like the Disruptor will grab the
Radiant's
kill.
top tower has fallen.
So for now, it's just going to be farming up. Again, it really comes down to, do you want to be aggressive early on, even without these Blink Daggers? Midas is going to be the choice for this Inflame Outworld Devourer. Meanwhile, on the trees here, you can see Demons is with DDC, and they're looking to maybe find a Smoke of Deceit gank. They'll throw up the Observer Ward on their side of the river. Mid lane, Viper has been completely shut down. 15 last hits. He's had a rough time. They've actually they've done a great job making sure he doesn't do anything in this game. Whew. Whew, oh, really? Okay, so HGK is almost at his tranquils. He actually might just save it for a Blink Dagger altogether now because he's not even buying his Ring of Regen. ZYF going for what seems to be an early Vanguard. Here's the smoke rotation, though, from 3 heroes. Stampede's ready to go. Who are they going to find? It's going to be Maples. Disruption's going to fly. Soul Catcher, arrows. They don't even need to stomp. Not yet, anyways. There's the stomp coming in. MK was looking for a black hole. Malphite does go. Stampede going in. Astral Imprisonment. No mana for the black hole now. Necropho's coming in as well. Glimpse back in onto Whisper. There's going to be the Reaper Sight. And Whisper isn't going to fall to this. He'll stay alive, but he will go down in the end. Down bottom, ZYF going on to HGK yet again. HGK, look out, buddy. The Nasal Goo, he's got 2 stacks. Quill Sprays are up and ready to go. HGK getting blown up yet again. Vanguard at 8 minutes. And ZYF is having one heck of a game. I don't know what you do at this point for Newbie. You have a pretty early game team fight lineup. I mean, a Necro later on against Inflame. And against, I'd say, even ZYF to a certain extent. I don't know what you can accomplish against these heroes. Inflame is just going to Astral. Necrophos won't have mana to use his ultimate. If he goes for Mech, he won't have mana to use that. It really comes down to... I mean, Necro just needs 1 ult, and that'll help his team fight immensely. But, like, other than that, they're not going to bring much to the table. And ZYF is so tanky, he's so difficult to bring down. Although, good hero, Necrophos is against ZYF, but he is already... getting very close.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's that Crimson Guard. That's very impressive timing. Meanwhile, mid lane, a couple of heroes are stacked up, ready to go. They're going to smoke it to see it up as well. They're going to head towards mid.
Structures are fortified.
Glyph is going to go out, but ZYF now on the front lines. Thunderstrike is going to fly. There's the Buckler getting popped. ZYF not glimpse back yet. There it goes. Kinetic Field as well. Static Storm not ready. Nice Outworld Devourer, Astral Imprisonment coming in. Black Hole. Meanwhile, DDC, they do pop the Black Hole. They will grab the kill on ZYF. He got put out by Disruption there. He's actually going to stay alive for a bit, but he does go down in the end. So they grab a big kill, and they're going to try to deny the tower as well. That Black Hole, I got really confused. The Disruption came in, and I didn't know what happened. But they deny the tier 1 tower. Black Hole finally comes in, but no ult expended other than Stampede and Black Hole. And even Viper Strike as well. So they do have Outworld Devourer, Sanity's Eclipse now, which is really important. DDC and Demons, they're about to smoke up again, maybe. They don't have one yet. It is going to come on the courier. Where are they going to go with this? That's the question, damn it. All right. 10 minutes in. Hope everyone's having a great day. I know I am. 1,500 gold for LV. He's having a good time, or rather Whisper. I would really like to know if this was Lin or not, but unfortunately, I'm not sure myself. Point booster, it is going to be the Ags. Meanwhile, Outworld Devourer going on the Batrider here. He's just going to get put under real quick, rather the Enigma, who's going for that mech. And so Viper is going to be able to build towards an Ags if he wants to, but, I mean, he's so far behind. Viper at 2.6k net worth. They might dive onto the Necro here, and Demons is ready to go, but they cannot find an engagement. Down bottom, Batrider is desperately trying to get more farm. 1,000 gold in the bank. Back up top we go. All across the map, so we can keep an eye on everything. Not that big of a lead, all things considered, though. I was like, maybe they have a big lead here, but 1,500 is not that much. Necrophos picks up an Ogre Club, so that much closer to his Ags. Mech is now done for the Enigma. They'll head up towards the top lane. It looks like LV will pressure this tower and probably take it down.
Radiant's bottom
TP
tower
rotation
is
going to the bottom
attack.
tier 1 tower. That'll be OD,
Dire's
so he's not going to be involved in the
is
fight. He does have
under attack.
Treads, and this Midas is going to get him to that 4-step pretty early on. Might see another trade come in. Tier 1 for another tier 1. They're going to TP some heroes through. It is going to be Demons coming in right now. He might be able to deny this tower, but he's going to get glimpsed right back towards the top lane. How unfortunate. So now they can't really fight. So it's going to be a trade, it looks like. They are taking a lot of time to take down this tier 1 in the middle lane. And we could see OD rotate over, but it looks like they're just going to stay top. So I got to hand it to Newbee.Y. They've done a nice job of pressuring towers across the map while they're losing, you know, objectives from LV. Firefly's going to go. Arrow's going to sail through. It will connect onto HEK, but they're not going to try to convert on the skill. It's a little bit too dangerous. Death Pulse is going to fly, and that'll keep him up in fighting shape here. So Whisper is now getting very close to his Blink Dagger. For an offlane Centaur, that's pretty damn good. Crimson Guard now done for CYF. So this is the difference, is it feels like there's this second tier of items coming out from LV Gaming that you don't have on Newbie, with the exception of the mech. The mech and really almost the axe coming out from
Dire's
the Necrophos.
bottom tower is under
It's
attack.
just that everyone else is so damn poor, but they are starting to catch up here. Maples is getting up towards a decent bit of farm. HGK has got 1,800 gold in the bank, so he's actually right with the Centaur Warrunner now. Yeah. So now what do you do for LV? Do you continue to try to put pressure on a newbie youth? On, you know, super players, or... I mean, they have plenty of vision in the jungle, and I think if they have HGK get his Blink Dagger, they're maybe in some trouble here. Lasso could be a big deal for them. If they get lassoed, especially if the OD gets lassoed, then again, they do have really good ways to stop any sort of damage coming in. Disruption and Outworld Devour, Astral Imprisonment. So the defensive capabilities from LV is pretty damn good. It's Craigasm worthy, I'd say. Assuming they can get all of their team fight off, but... Smoke of Deceit. Black Hole's ready. This might be a giant fight coming in. They're going to counter this ward, but they might get caught out in doing so. Oh my god, the missed chance. Demons, please. Alright, he gets it eventually. That took some time. DDC is alone right now, and he is going to back away for the time being, whereas Maples and the rest of the squad, they're looking to jump in here. MK, he's going to lead the way now. Firefly, they're trying to find somebody. And it looks like Demons and DDC will both back away. Force Staff, 14 minutes, and this is not bad for Midas and Treads first. Coming out from your Outworld Devour, that was really well timed. Bottom lane is going to be a point of pressure here. Newbie are looking to take the final tier 1 tower. Disruption comes in. Air's going to sail through, stomp up as well, and that poor Disruptor. He throws down the ward behind the, of course, the lane behind the tower, but it's definitely not worth it for his death. And they might even be able to counter this. There's no other reason for him to be over there than to counter or to place a ward down. And now, actually, Newbie have to just back off. They don't want to fight. They realize that this is a lost cause. They can't take this tier 1 tower. So a bit of a lull in the past couple of minutes coming out from both of the squads. And ZYF is looking for maybe a Basher? Belt of Strength? Could be an SNY. Sanj, at the very least, turned into a Heaven's Halberd. I wouldn't mind that at all. I think that's a good choice. LV Gaming, they're still farming away. GK, Blink Dagger ready to go now, so he's good. Split pressure coming out. Treads for DDC. He's going to transition into this carry Murana role. Usually you'd see maybe Arcanes to keep his team up in terms of mana, but they actually have the OD aura, so they don't really need that. The Essence aura is pretty good in this game, so. Necro now is going to get put under here. Looks like he's actually going for a BKB. He's going to transition out of the eggs. Death Pulse comes in. Inflame's going to get lassoed. No, great Force Staff reaction coming in from the Outworld Devourer. He does not get lassoed. That was very close. Inflame is like, well, he's just sweating, man. That's what's going on right now. He's sweating.
Shadows.
It's like he's in a sauna. Moonlight Shadow is going to go from LV. Who are they going to find? It is going to be that Sanj coming out from ZYF, by the way. Moonlight Shadow doesn't do much there. They pop the Illusion Rune. Inflame will pop his Midas as well. At least I hope he would. It's on cooldown.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
With now here in the bottom lane, as the Eidolons are pressuring the tower, they're going to TP in the OD. And he'll just clear this creep wave rather quickly. So, Newbie have done a really great job split pushing and keeping LV just kind of tucked into their base, into their side of the river. Otherwise, I think LV would have a pretty sizable lead. And not that they don't. 3K is pretty good, but it could be a lot worse for the super players. BKB is almost done. He just needs the recipe for that. And a BKB pickup here this game for Necro. You don't see it too often, but it's an item that certainly does work in almost every situation. Maples has the Ogre Club now. So he might be going for BKB. Down bottom, they're going to use the OD Astral Imprisonment and then just back away. MK was there. The glimpse back in, though, and now maybe in some trouble as Inflame. Black Hole's going to go as well. Great disruption to come through. That might save his life. Force Step out might be coming in. Now there's going to be the Necro, and will grab the kill. He'll be down for 42 seconds. Great effort coming out from Demons there to try to make sure he doesn't go down, but in the end, that is a dead OD for 35 seconds. That was a Necro ult as well as the Black Hole expended. So those ultimates are down, and once he respawns in about 26 seconds, they might be able to defend this Tier 1 tower. Glyph might be available. No, it's not.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It looks like they will actually just take it. It's so low at this point. They'll try to put some pressure in the mid lane, but HGK has done a nice job of rotating over and securing that farm.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So suddenly, super players definitely not out of this one by any stretch of the imagination. Trying to get towards that Force Staff is going to be Whisper. I'll just tranquil up as well. And with that kill with the tower as well, that gives the Necrophos his BKB, and he will get his Acronym Scepter coming out shortly. Or Bloodstone, I've seen before, is alright. It's pretty solid on that hero. What is this crazy contraption Disruptor is riding currently? Raging Bug, Idol, Gyrus. What a strange mount that he has. At some point, I think LV have to try to take Roshan, because you have Viscous Nasal, although it's not leveled up yet, but you're still getting armor reduction through it. And they're going to smoke up, and instead they're going to look for a kill, and maybe they take Rosh on the back end of that. All the teamfight ults are down, although Necrophos' ult's going to be back up. Reaper Scythe is ready to go. Black Hole's still down. Demons is going to lead the way. I'm surprised they don't have Whisper going. He's the one with the Blink Dagger. They will have Stampede. Actually, I think they're looking for the disruption. They do see on the back end. Who are they going to find out? Maples? Are they going to dive for this? Courier's coming in. They might take the Courier, and they will. They're going to Blink Stomp as well. They're not only going to get the Courier, but they're going to get Maples as well. Stampede, are they looking for more? Disruption's going to come in. Moonlight Shadow as well. MK. Kinetic Field to push them back. Nice pick off there on Maples, and he is still got nothing. He's getting close to the BKB, but he's still not quite there yet. They lose nothing on the Courier, but that could have been devastating. Oof. Desange for ZYF coming out. Double damage picked up for Inflame as well. He's going to head up to the top lane and say, listen, give me all this damn farm. I'm an Outworld Devourer, damn it, and I'm going to take farm where I need it. So we'll take down the range creeps as well. 2.7k, maybe a Hex coming out from Inflame. Shiva's Guard could be good in this game, but I think Hex is probably the better option. Or just a BKB actually might be a good choice, because yeah, I think BKB is not bad. Glimpse, all Viper's abilities for the most part. Although a lot of the stuff does go through
Dire's
BKB,
middle
but
tower is under attack.
Reaper Scythe is magical, so. They're going to go Roshan, so LV Gaming, if they go, I mean, this is a Rosh that I feel like they should contest. I mean, everyone is up, and although Black Hole's ready to go, Lasso's ready to go, they could fight this. And Newbee decided to back away. Super players will get out of the Rosh Pit and decide not to go for this. LV actually have no vision on the Rosh Pit. And there's a lot of Dire Observer Wards here. This one's about to fall. This Radiant Observer Ward's about to go down as well, so they have no vision except up in the enemy jungle where they've got something going on right there. OD is way out of position. He is going to be going for the Hex. He has the Ultimate Orb ready to go, so Inflame, or he might be going for Lincolns, which might not be too bad against Reapers. However, he might be in some trouble here. No Force Staff. He is alone, and the rest of the squad is coming right after him. He's going to pop the deity. There's going to be the Centaur Stampede, and they can't find a way. He's going to drop the Sandies, maybe? He's going to get Malphite. Black Hole's ready to go. Midnight Pulse as well. Forces away. I don't know why he stayed. There's going to be the Reaper Scythe, and he will go down. He is dead for 80 seconds. Level 2 Reaper Scythe. Unbelievable. That's actually ridiculous. Arrow coming in. Does not connect on Maples. 80 fucking seconds for this Outworld Devourer. He is dead for so long. Demonic Purge. That'll be up on Necrophos. Now he'll back away. ZYF retreating as well with his halberd now up and ready to go. The more I think about it, though, the more I'm like, who are you going to halberd this game? The Viper? And even if that's the case, is that really the best option? They're going to run right into HGK, however. Whisper's here. Stomp, double-edged arrow. He is done.
Road rash.
He does have at least his 4 staff,
My path is
so.
paved with bones. A lucky find.
I'm impressed with super players' play, honestly. They've put up a good game. And they're still in it at this point. Although they are down still by 4,000 in net worth and 1,500 in experience. They've got a good solid shot at this one. DDC is, again, trying to rotate into more carry Marana, I'd say, but will he go for Midas, or is that a Maelstrom that he's picking up next is the question. And ZYF is going to be up towards his, I don't know what he's building next, but it's a very tanky hero. However, he hasn't really gotten a chance to use his Crimson Guard nor his Halberd. So this is the problem with the hero. I mean, if you're at 23 minutes in and you're getting split pushed, how are you supposed to take fights, and how are you supposed to, you know, be effective with the items that you have? It's just not going their way. Not yet, anyway. Although Demons is getting pretty farmed. 21 last hits, 214, 1,500 gold in the bank. Disruptor is the poorest man in the building right now. Murr is sitting on just an urn and a couple of wards. So, Aghanim Scepter going to come in from Necro. Back we go mid for LV. DDC is just, they're just wandering around now. And with the vision that, honestly, Newbee.Y have, they could take a fight. They could take Roche with Black Hole. I mean, they've got everything right now. I mean, in terms of itemization, if they get a BKB, especially on MK here, they're good to go. They have all the items they really need on AGK. Negro has his Aghanim Scepter, so... And this is where... This is going to be, I think, the trump card for Newbee.Y is the Ags Necro. Buyback not being able to be had, especially with a level 3 Necro ult, is absurd. It's just ridiculous. It's 30 seconds respawn time. So, I mean, you saw it was 80 seconds for this Outworld Devourer, and that's 80 seconds where he's not farming, where he's not getting his sight device, you know? And he really should be pretty close. He should have been close, but he did go down, so... But we're getting into the Resident Sleeper section of the game. It's like, oh, look, a fight. Oh, Resident Sleeper. Just not really much going on. HEK, Blink, 4 staff. Still ready to go, but more pinks coming out. Top lane. Whisper now sitting on Force, Hood, and a Blink, so he's doing pretty well for himself. HEK has been down here the entire time. He's just been sitting here. He can TP out easily. Maybe he's looking for an initiation onto Inflame, but I don't think that's the case. I don't know what he's doing here. He's just spamming his sticky napalm, looking for something in the jungle.
Is under
just
attack.
trying to get vision. And now he's just going to TP back, and I don't know what that was about. Maybe he was trying to cut the creep wave, but is that really necessary? Probably not. Inflame's going to farm mid. The rest of the squad is going to smoke up right behind him and then move forward. And they're going to look to see if they can get a pick off here. Maybe onto Maples, maybe onto MK. They're just going to head to the enemy jungle. I mean, they have Stampede, and even if they don't have the OD, they have plenty of damage regardless. Whisper's going to be the first up. Who are they going to find? Blink, Stomp, Maples, Arrow will connect, and he's in trouble. Soul Catcher's going to go through. Stampede as well. Mech's going to keep him alive, but now MK's going to get chased down. This could be a pretty good fight coming in. They don't have their OD, but look at MK. Black Hole's ready to go. There's the static, or not the static storm. Blink, Stop coming in. There's the glimpse back. MK barely alive. He will fall to the right click of ZYF. Getting the double kill. Beautifully done, LV Gaming. The smoke from the sea gank into the Moonlight Shadow, into the gank up into the top jungle, and pays off. And they'll take a tier 2 tower out of the back end of it, I imagine. And now Bristleback is building towards his BKB.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So at least the good thing is that the Enigma had his BKB before he died. He picked it up. Viper has got Tread's BKB, his effectiveness. I mean, this is the problem with the Viper. If you're behind, I mean, this hero is bent on snowballing. And if you can't snowball with the hero, you're useless almost.
Dire's
I mean, you're an ult. You're walking ultimate. That's it at this point, and maybe corrosive skin. So Newbee have to find, I don't know, a fight that's not that. And now there's a Blink Dagger up on the Shadow Demon. That's really solid timing. We see this a lot from, you know, the Eastern squads. Is finding the supports to get, you know, enough money for a Blink Dagger. FY, we see it so often. Fenrir. I mean, we see it on a lot of people. It's on Shang, Banana, even for Newbee. These guys love to farm up their Blink Daggers and have their playmaking cores and their playmaking supports. And Shadow Demon's certainly one of them. Again, I go back to a quote from IX Mike where he said that he enjoyed playing Shadow Demon when he was with Complexity and Liquid because it was one of the heroes that made the biggest plays as a support. So Disruption is effective in all points of the game. It's a good... It's again, this was before Baden, though, and Heroes Like a Baden were released, and Dazzle was played a lot, so they kind of function in the same regard to a certain extent. Although, Shadow Demon, you can get solo kills. You cannot really say the same as in a Baden or a Dazzle. It's just not the same thing. Smoke to Sea Gank. Newbee are going to try to take the advantage, or at least pressure the attack towards LV, and they're going to catch out ZY. Firefly's going to go. They're going to jump in. They're going to lasso up on OD now, and OD in some trouble. BKB Static Link as well. In Flame getting Reaper Sight as well. The Black Hole coming in onto 2MK. Gets a big one now. And a lot of damage being done already. The Glimpse back that was on the Shadow Demon, I believe, and ZYF getting caught low. BKB already expended buyback. They did Reaper Scythe, so even if you had it, wouldn't matter. And that's exactly what they need to get done. They need a lot more of that. They absolutely need to have a Reaper Scythe and make sure they catch out the OD. They went for a beeline. They went for OD as soon as they saw him down to that bottom lane. And that gives them just enough to get right back in this one. Although, obviously, the net worth is still definitely in favor of LV, and Newbee will not be able to take a tier 3 off the back end of this, but, you know, that's certainly a good start. Cliff comes in now, and do they back to Roche is the question. I mean, they're certainly making him waste their time.
Radiant's bottom tower.
This is the issue. I mean, Newbee know that LV's really only late game and damaging carry is going to be the Outworld Devourer, so they try to take him down, and they do. And you've got to make sure for LV that they stay safe, that he specifically stays safe. And Roshan is going to probably get contested here. If this goes poorly, LV Gaming might just give so much back to Newbee, but they're not taking Roche quickly. A double damage rune. Blink Stomp going in. There's nobody in the pit. They actually all evacuated. He did get glimpsed back, and now you do have the Necro getting chased down. He does have his ultimate back up again. There's going to be the Kinetic Field. BKB now coming in as well. They're going to try to fight this. Demonic Purge going in the Viper Strike as well. And OG's going to come through. He's going to TP towards that mid-tier 2 tower, but all the lanes are pushed out. Look at this.
Tower is under attack.
Look at where these lanes are, with the exception of this one, which is right about here, so... TP from Whisper, he's going to head to the top lane now, and he'll farm this up. They can't take Roshan. A good try at the fight, just a couple of BKBs expended for nothing. And this is 5-man Dota for Newbee, and this is not something we've seen from them in the game so far. Flame is going to be up to the high ground right now, leading the way. So, LV Gaming at 31 minutes in. Converging around the Roche pit. Black Hole will be up in 40 seconds. I honestly think they could try to take it. They have Viscous Nasal Goo. They'd have to fight into Necrophosult. They'd have to fight into Lasso. And obviously, if they lasso... this is the thing with this combo. If you lasso up the OD, you're going to see exactly what happened earlier happen again. It's just going to be the case. Whisper here. Blink Dagger ready to go. Vitality booster. Arrow's going to sail into the pit.
An easy shot.
An easy shot indeed. You did get Roshan.
Radiant's middle tower
Pipes up. They're going straight into the pit. This is what I've been waiting for from LV Gaming. This is what they need to do. Time to go to work, boys. And Newbee are not rotating over. They are actually finally TPing now. And Batrider is going to be the one to lead the way. But Roche is dead. He's
Roshan
done.
has fallen to the
So
Radiant.
it's a bit late. Outworld Devourer does pick up the
Radiant's
Aegis,
middle
and now
tower
you
is
cannot
under
focus him with that flank blast. So they're going to focus Whisper instead. They're going to try to pull him up to the high ground. Will not make it. Moonlight Shadow will go. And they actually just have to back away. Lasso now on cooldown. Big ultimate to waste there. And if they can somehow avoid a big black hole coming out from the Enigma, and obviously the usage of the Reaper Scythe. And now you can't take the OD out with Reaper Scythe. You have to
Dire's
focus somebody
bottom
else.
tower
Otherwise,
is
you're
under attack.
probably not going to get it off. You could try to wait out the Aegis, but there's a good chance that LV could take a big fight and win the game here. And buyback status, that's important as well.
Dire's bottom
Necro
tower
and Enigma
has
have
fallen.
it, so arguably two of the most important, although there still won't be a black hole. I mean, it depends on if Enigma gets his black hole off or not. That's the real thing. So, Gem now picked up for Shadow Demon. He'll have that sent out to him, and they're going to try to get as much map control as possible. Does not feel like a 32-minute game. Feels a bit shorter. But that's probably just me. I don't know. I'm probably crazy. I'm going to be honest with you.
Invisibility.
BKB, and now it's time to fight, I think, for LB. And DDC gets his Maelstrom as well. They walked right in front of an Observer Ward. That was the gem coming out as well, and so now Newbee realizing that they've got vision, they've got to back away. And I imagine it's just going to be, you know, take down the last tier 2 tower, and from LB, either farm up your next item or just go up to the high ground with your Aegis and try to take a fight. But you look at HGK's positioning now. He's ready to go.
Dire's middle tower is under
Firefly's
attack.
up. Crimson Guard's going to go. Demons doesn't get connected, but he's going to get lasted as well. And they're going to Astral him as well. That'll get him out of position. MR, Static Storms, but he's dead immediately. Necro now getting stomped up. There's the Black Hole coming in. It's going to connect on a lot, but the Sanity's Eclipse blows up that poor Necro. He has got to buy back. MK getting right-click down. He's got buyback. Not that it matters. He will have no Black Hole. ZYF. They still have not gotten the Reaper Scythe off, and they're diving the base. Stomp up. Maple's going in. Now the Reaper goes in, but will it matter? BKB goes, and that'll be for Necrophos. He's getting low. Moonlight Shadow going in as well. They cannot take the tier 3 tower because the tier 2 still. Whisper actually survived all of that, and so he will have buyback, and he's still going to be dead only for 55 seconds. What a fight coming out from LV Gaming. It looks like they will take this first game of a best of 3 series. At least they're in a good position to do so. It's a bit too early to call, I'd say, but they're looking good. Great fight from LV Gaming. Good astral reactions. I gotta say, Inflame is probably playing the best on this LV squad. Demons has been playing well, but
That's for
I mean,
me.
he's gotten caught out of position a couple of times. And, I mean, he has got the highest net worth. He's got, I think, the most CS in the game at 245. Yeah, by a wide margin, in fact, by 45 even. Aegis reclaimed in 2 minutes' time. Maples and Necrophos are gonna sit up top and continue to CS here. Aghanim Scepter BKB now done. So that's good, Necrophos. I mean, the axe he's had for a while, the BKB he just got, I think, in those last couple of fights. He's actually 6-2-0. So as far as his team is concerned, he's doing, I think, the best. Aegis is gonna actually go down pretty soon. It looks like they will smoke up and try to find something with this. It was 2 minutes. It was a minute ago that I was going to go down in 2 minutes, I believe was the message. So DDC with the Gem of True Sight heading up towards the jungle. And they're going to look and try to find a Observer Ward, and they will counter ward this. MK, Maples, HK, all of the squad of Newbee are down here in the bottom lane looking to try to find maybe an engagement, maybe something else. Maybe they're just trying to push the wave out. Vitality booster, maybe a Heart of Trask from ZYF next. It's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. And I think Aegis is... No, it's not gone yet. Pretty soon, though. I would like to see them make something happen here. They have all of the ultimates up. OD is just farming, I think. It doesn't matter if he has buyback or not. The thing is, if he gets Ag Scepter ulted, he's just not going to have it. It's just, that's the case. Pipe's done. Heart of Trask is coming out pretty soon for the Centaur. He just actually needs the Reaver, which is... I mean, that's the biggest component, so it's going to take some time, but... Yeah, whatever. There's the Aegis gone now. Rosh is going to be up in 3 minutes and 20 seconds, luckily, so pretty sure Roshan respawn. Yeah, that's very short. But I don't know if they fight without Aegis. I don't know what he's building towards next either. He's gonna have a, I think a Shiva's Guard. Yep.
The prize is
Shiva's
mine.
Guard coming out from Inflame. He actually doesn't have enough for a Mystic Staff yet, but that'll come out soon. At least I don't think he does now. His Midas up. He will get it quickly though.
Double damage!
I think he's just gonna continue to farm up buyback. He'll probably buy his Shivas, but he won't have buyback at that point. So I think he farms it up again against the Necrophos. It's not that great, but because he won't have it if he gets ulted, but I like the pressure coming out. Newbee decided to go for a smoke. They know the Aegis is down. They know that this is... If they get a pick here, they know that this is their time. They know that they could take a tier 2, maybe tier 3, maybe a set of racks with the right hero dead. And Inflame is... that's going to be it. 0 money in the bank. So if he dies, I mean... He might not even get Necro ulted, honestly. Like, maybe someone else gets Necro ulted, and then he dies. And then they won't have buyback on 2 heroes, so... As far as buybacks are concerned, there's only 2 in the game currently. That Rider and the Enigma, so... Again, it's just going to be farm central for both of these squads to get it towards buyback. Maple is going for... I don't know. Maples has got an Ogre Club, Vitality Booster, and he's got a Point Booster as well. So, I mean, that's just a smorgasbord of items. I think it's a Soul Booster. I honestly think this could be a Bloodstone coming out for the Viper. I mean, the Ogre Club kind of doesn't really... I don't know what that's going to get built into at this point. It's just maybe he's stacking tankiness. That's, I think, what he's doing at this point. He's not building into anything specifically. He wants to just survive. And with 1900 health and Corrosive Skin into BKB, I mean, there's a good chance he does live through these fights, but what's he going to do? I mean, he has 1 Viper ult and a team fight. And Corrosive Skin and some right click, but that's about it.
Bullseye.
Actually connected on Mur. They're picking him out. They realize that he's probably fine, so. Mjolnir's now done, and we've seen this so often from Muranas, but not recently. DDC has made his way into a core Murana, and Mjolnir now, he's up there. Again, I mean, you look at his net worth in comparison to everyone else, it's not indicative of how he's actually doing. Mjolnir's a pretty big item, but it's his only item. That Rider, arrow sailing through, it's going to miss. And so HGK will just walk away from it. Mur is now looking for somebody. Can't find anybody, though. He's actually way out of position. And the Observer Ward coming out from LV is going to give them plenty of vision. However, only for a moment. Rest in peace, little Observer Ward. You were a good friend. Well, 41 minutes into the game. LV Gaming taking this slowly. 20,000 net worth lead, but they know. That's actually just the frustrating thing about Necrophos is that no matter how far behind you are, making sure a hero doesn't have buyback is pretty incredible. That's the thing. Roshan's up. I think it's time to take it. We saw how quickly LV Gaming could take this on the last time around, and they could certainly try to go for it again. ZYF could head into the pit, nasal goo it up. I mean, armor reduction of 2 per nasal goo is pretty damn good. Arrow sails in, they know that it's up, they're going to pick it out. Centaur does pick up his Heart of Trask, so they've got their items, man. They've got it ready to go. They aren't actually going into the Roche pit. They're gonna stay mid for the time being. They're waiting to see what Newbee's doing. Another arrow going through and just trying to scout things out. Top lane Whisper pops up the Stomp and the Double Edge as well, so just trying to clear out creep waves. For Newbee, they're not getting much because, I mean, yes, all the waves are getting pushed in, but they cannot get to the jungle. So LV are farming so much more off the map. Shiva's guard is just going to blow up this group wave, and now Inflame, I think, is going to probably make his way towards the Roche pit. You look at the Bat Rider, he's like, I'm not touching that. Time to back away. His Firefly is actually going to be down, so they can't even contest Roshan at this point. They're going to come up to the high ground. Demons is going to counter up this ward real quick, or not.
I could have hit Roshan
Well,
with my
either
eyes
way.
closed.
What do you do now for Newbee? They're not making their way over there. Firefly is still down for 15 seconds. It's really tough to try to contest it. Roche is dead already. 42, 56. It's Roche time for those of you playing at home. Enigma's going to try to go for a Refresh Orb, but that's going to be one big item to try to win them the game. But at this point, or maybe it's a Lincoln's, but I think it's probably more than likely a Refresher. I mean, I don't think you need to farm up anymore. Inflame is going to push the bottom lane out real quick, and then I think they just push straight down mid. He can get Boots of Travel. He has the Shivas. He's got a Hex. He's got a BKB. He's got a 4-staff. Refresher, maybe? Ags, maybe? Those are the only options I can think of besides, like, a Boots of Travel. You could build tankiness, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Moonlight Shadow's going to go, and they're going to try to fight, but they saw the Moonlight Shadow. Or did they? Maple's the double stomp coming in. There's the Glimpse back, and now there's going to be some BKB. Static Storm as well. MK getting low. He will have buyback if he goes down here. So low. The Quill Sprays will not get the kill. MK getting Death Pulsed up as well. The Demonic Purge flying through. Stampede as well. They will not get the kill on that poor Enigma. He's going to have to saunter back home. But that was so close. He should have been dead there, and they just couldn't get the kill. Lots of BKBs expended. Had Inflame been there, that's the kill 100%. He actually has. That's it. The Refresh Orb is about to come out. The full Refresher is done. But he's got to drop something in order for him to grab it. Crimson Guard's going to get popped, and they're going to work on taking this tower. Assault Cuirass is being built for the Bristleback. There's going to be the Thunderstrike as well. Arrow sailing in, but it actually hits on Maples. But not really any follow-up. He's so far deep into the base that they're not going to go for anything. MK has no blink. Glimpse back in. He is going to get forced out immediately, so yeah, it was a good try there. But now Glimpse is on cooldown for 14 seconds, and they're going to go to the high ground. Blink Stomp does not connect. Whisper forced back out as well. Arrow coming in. Shiva's Guard BKB for Inflame, and now blows up the Viper. And there's another BKB this time. Inflame getting low. Even if they Reaper him, he still has the Aegis now. He's not going to pop it. There's the Glimpse going back in, and he actually astrals himself at the perfect time. Why in some trouble? Inflame gets caught. There's another BKB. Black Hole coming in. That'll be on to 2. And they will take down Inflame at the very least. And now ZY coming back and trying to help out his squad. The right click. MK coming. There's the Reaper Scythe. They will take down the Mirana. She will not have buyback, and she will not be able to get back into the fray. But look at this Necro. He gets blown up. No buyback. He just used it, and that should be game. Game number 1. LV Gaming with a strong showing. Patient play and a complete game coming out from LV, and they're going to go straight for the tier 4s.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Solid fight coming through, and LV Gaming getting it done.
Dire's middle
And the
tower
Newbee youngsters,
has fallen.
they take a spill. So again, it's a best of 3 series. We'll move on to game 2 and
Dire's
see who
middle
comes out on
tower
top.
has fallen.
Will Newbee the youngsters, are they going to even the series up, or LV going to take it 2-0 is the real question. And we'll find out as soon as we jump back into the game. Again, my name is Maut with High Ground TV. You can check us out at twitter.com/highgroundtv and twitch.tv/highgroundtv as well. Make sure you follow us here. You can check me out at twitter.com/MautDota. We'll take a quick break. Again, this is the National Electronic Sports Tournament 2014. Of course, if you'd like to check out the ticket, it is $6.99 in the store. I highly recommend it. Good stuff there. We'll take a quick break, guys. We'll be back in just a bit.